Hello. I just wanted to come on here and give a quick update since it's kind of easier to do this than reply to a lot of the messages that I've gotten recently. I posted just a story just kind of saying, closing this chapter and, super happy for the memories and time spent together. And a lot of people were, I guess, confused, I guess, and I, of course, I understand that people might not understand. Um, but if you care enough to watch this video, then let me just kind of give a quick update on Bella and just kind of everything that's going on. As you can see, I have a very empty wall behind me, except for this one, because I did a hell of a job hanging that one up. So, lesson learned, don't use sticky tape. Yeah. Anyways, I've kind of been wanting to make a little farewell video and, just kind of, do one more video, and Bella has been asking to do one. It's just realistically, that's probably not a good idea. Her and I, we can, if she wants to, we can do it alone, but this was just a fun project for us to do. And it's actually 1 year now that we started the channel and almost had 100 subscribers, which is great, It was never about anything other than just making the most of our time together while she was in such a great space. And even though at that time I considered myself to be severely depressed, it gave me something to focus on, and it gave me something to keep my time occupied, and really both of us became completely just enthralled in the whole hobby. We were able to spend and meet and come across some of the most amazing people in the community, and also some of the worst people in the community, but that doesn't really matter. What was really important is that we got to spend quality time, and I got to document it so I can look back on it later, because even though I've taken thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of pictures of Bella, there's not very many pictures of us together or us doing things together. But these videos were solely just us two playing and enjoying our time. And I am so grateful that I did that, considering I knew that I would be the only person that would really care, and I would be the only person that would really understand why I was doing what I was doing. And I'm so happy that I did, because it actually turned out to be so amazing. Not just for myself and my future self, but for Bella. And an example of that is, we decided to stop medical intervention for a while. We decided that our goal for Bella was to go to school. And the school up here on the ridge seriously opened us with open arms and allowed Bella to go to school just for social purposes, just to feel like a normal kid, a normal first grader. They came and they would pick her up from the school bus, and she would go for as long as she felt like it, whether it was an hour, 2 hours, sometimes 4 hours, whatever Bella wanted. And then when she was ready, she got her cheese pizza and she said, "Come pick me up." And I went to go pick her up. And a few times that I would go to school with Bella, kids would go, "Oh my God, that's Bella's mom, that's Bellachu, we've seen you on YouTube. Oh my gosh, we watched your video. Oh my God, I can't believe Bella has that card, blah, blah, blah." Like, just, it gave the kids a way to connect with Bella in a way that if we've never started that channel, would never find that connection or give them the confidence to come up to Bella otherwise, because they can relate. They like it, and she likes it too, and she is an awesome Pokemon master and had some of the most amazing cards, and they like seeing that their classmate who is special, but this made her a little extra special, and they protected that. Those kids love Bella so much, and we got the opportunity to bring some of her cards into her classroom and show her collection, and those kids were just in awe that their classmate was so special. They already knew she was special, but gosh, you know, it just made her life just a little bit more better. And I'm so grateful. And it has nothing to do with bragging. It's just that this was an opportunity to really make kids connect better with her and want to be her friend and want to sit and talk with her and want to get to know her, because, you know, the wheelchair might be a little intimidating, and the fact that Bella's not in class all the time might be a little intimidating, but that showed them that there's more to her than they realized. And the school, they held a fundraiser for us, and it was all Pokemon themed. Her little poster was a Pokemon card, and you know, it was really awesome that other people thought it was just as special as we did. You know, we had the opportunity to, excuse this because it's a little wrinkled, but we had shirts made that said Bellachu that I wore almost every single day. I have so many Bellachu shirts, and they are some of my favorite shirts, and I want to get a couple more done and put them in a frame so I can remember just how special they were, because they're falling apart. You know, we had this one kind of broke, but we had somebody make a really awesome energy card with Bellachu on it. Drawings. I have letters from Taiwan, Paris. That's just two that I can think of, but I know that there's more. Pictures from her friends, all of her friends, everybody that we came in contact. We had the opportunity to open first edition packs, Base Unlimited, Jungle, Japanese, Team Rocket. She won vintage cards and slabs, and just the community was just absolutely so amazing to Bella. And that I'm so grateful for. You know, even if I had to learn the hard way that not everybody is going to be awesome or whatever, some people exploited that, and I had to learn the hard way, and that's okay, because that was a learning experience for me. But I'm still just so grateful for everything that Pokemon did for us, as silly as it sounds, but it really just in a short time meant so much to us. And I'm so grateful for that. Anyways, kind of move forward. So today's March 16th or 17th? And things with Bella have kind of changed. She's still doing good, but we are having significant signs of decline, but still in a good place. She's only having minimal petite seizures. She is getting increasingly more sleepy, and she got sick with pneumonia last week, and it was a rough experience because something like that just completely was just so devastating on her. And it was such an eye-opening experience for me because it was the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with, besides, the first month of Bella's care, but that was a blur, and we had nurses taking care of her. It's different because I was home, and even though I had support, taking care of a child so incredibly sick, vomiting, having accidents, seizures, weak, just lethargic, our hospice team and even UCSF, kept having talks with me almost every day for a week straight about end of life and death and dying, and it was hard because I had to deal with these conversations. I had to deal with this very sick child, and then when did I have time to take care of myself or to sleep when I'm so worried sick about my daughter and if this is the end or throw up or any of it. It was such a humbling experience because I've always gone into this journey thinking that I would have Bella pass at home with hospice here, and that it would be something, as weird as it may sound, something out of a movie where she is, around her family and it's peaceful, and thinking that was the best thing, thinking that everything would go as planned and it would not be traumatic or stressful, and that everything would just kind of go peacefully and quiet. And this week really opened my eyes to, and this wasn't even that bad, but bad enough and the worst I've ever seen Bella to make me realize that there's nothing heroic, there's nothing positive, there's nothing great, there's anything about killing myself, stressing out the people around me, just so I can say that I did it myself. And that's okay. God gave me the opportunity to see that, Janelle, you need to rethink your plans, because those days when Bella was so sick, I was so stressed out, I didn't eat, didn't sleep. I was a zombie until the next vomiting or accident or whatever happened. I wasn't enjoying my time with Bella. I was worried and completely checked out there for a second, just staring out the window. I was on the phone with a doctor or on the phone with, this nurse or the hospice or whatever. And that made me also realize that I don't want to spend Bella's last days sick on the phone, freaking out, trying to clean up, trying to do laundry, trying to anything. I want to spend it with my daughter the best I can, whether it's reading, just holding her hand, patting her back, singing, looking at pictures, whatever she wants to do. That's what I want to do. That I'll let the trained professionals do what they do best. And that was hard for me to finally go, okay, you know what? I need help. I need help. I can't do this alone. Because I've finally also seen that something I've not seen this whole journey is how much my choices affected everyone else around me. That my choice to try to manage Bella's symptoms at home not just affected me and Bella, but it affected everybody around me. 2 people had to call in sick. Grandma was worried sick. Kids were worried sick. My fiance was worried sick. Mother-in-law worried sick. Opposed to if we just went to the hospital, then we could have avoided all of that. And my choices do affect other people so severely. And I'm sorry that it took this long for me to realize that. Because there's nothing heroic about keeping her home. I just always feared that if we looked into other options, that not everybody who wanted to be there will or could be there. And that is still a possibility. But this one time, I think I need to be selfish for myself and realize that I can't let that decide what's not best for me and what's not best for Bella. That if people want to be there, that they will find a way to be there. That I can't control that. So basically, moving forward, I have an interview tomorrow with a children's hospice house I didn't know existed until just recently. Even though I have a hospice team that is on call and has just been so amazing through this whole journey, that I didn't realize that California has a home for children. They offer respite. They offer end-of-life care. Now, this is different from a hospital because it's less invasive. It's more like to me, and I don't know for sure, but it looks like a glorified Ronald McDonald house. We get our own suite, and we have nurses that come in and do whatever it is that they need to do. I'm not sure if, because hospice is more towards just making them comfortable rather than doing anything to help them, like fluids or all that, but considering it's children, I guess I'll find that out tomorrow. But basically, they'll help me with the hard part. And that me and Grandma and my fiance and whoever else wants to be there will have a private little cottage for us to be there. And all we need to focus on is Bella. And there's nothing wrong with me. This is not me giving up. This is not me failing. This is me just realizing that this is the best for my family. And this is the best for Bella. And this is the best way to protect myself. And the best way to make sure that Bella has the most peaceful passing possible. And it's just less traumatizing than a hospital and more towards comfort and together than the constant stress of a hospital, because that place is just the worst. And this is a God-sent place. It'll offer counseling and specialized support for me, which is something I've not really had this entire journey. I gave up on having a counselor maybe six months ago, maybe 9 months ago, because I just realized that the kind of help that I need is not just readily available. And trying to get a normal family marriage therapist to try to talk about the slow death of a child is just a waste of my time, unfortunately. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. But this will offer me services that could really benefit me. Help me with groups, maybe just being around other parents that are going through what I am. Something that COVID killed. Because before COVID, there was support groups and all kinds of things that parents could connect on this, and now there's nothing. It's really just been me and Grandma just trying to figure this out the best that we can. And the ups and downs and all of that. And I'm so proud of both me and her for doing such an amazing job. Because this has been hard. And it's only the beginning of the hard, if that makes sense. And it's okay to ask for help. We've done a good enough job up until this point. It's time to let someone else help. And that's okay. So that's kind of where we're at. Next week we go to San Francisco to go look at the progression of her tumor, to see if we would be a candidate still for doing radiation one more time. Which still gives me the idea that we still have a little more time, which is amazing. There's been so many times those doctors have given us 2 to 3, 2 to 4 weeks to live, months to live, and they were wrong. And unfortunately, as many kids that suffer this type of cancer, they still just don't really know everything that they need to know. And I think in the first year of her diagnosis, they gave her 2 to 4 months, thinking that when they did an MRI scan, they seen this large mass, thinking it was a second tumor. Turns out it was just a sunburn from the radiation. And that the next MRI showed that it was gone, and they had realized that they were wrong. It was just a sunburn. So they still make mistakes, and that's still okay, because rather them tell me that they think and they were wrong, than to tell me that we had more time and we didn't. Bella is such an extraordinary child with this, and has done a lot of work for kids who will end up having the same disease, because I've learned so much from Bella about what drug combination, what clinical trials. She was one of the first children to do a clinical trial at a certain strength, the first child. And they got to see how that affected, and that could help another child later down the road. I think that's pretty amazing. I would not wish this on anybody else's children, not even my worst enemy. I am just grateful that in the 3 years, almost 3 years that Bella has had this diagnosis, that we were able to have so much fun together. And we had so much time to do whatever we wanted, to go wherever we wanted, to do whatever we wanted, to spoil, do anything. Anything that made her happy. Princess parties, Pokemon, you name it. Make her happy. And I'm so grateful to every single person that ever helped us. It never went in vain. It was all towards just making that little girl happy and comfortable. Thank you so much to everybody who just sent me a message just asking how I was doing, someone bringing us a mule or whatever it was, sending Bella a care package, whatever. I'm so grateful. I'm sorry for this long video, and if you made it this far, congratulations. I know it's hard. It's hard. Even just being on the other side, just watching Bella's story, it's still hard. She's affected so many people and has touched and inspired so many people. And I'm so grateful to have such an amazing daughter with such incredible strength, incredible resilience and determination, and just be so darn happy. Because a lot of kids are not able, but thankfully Bella was. And that even though things might get hard in the near future, they're not hard yet. Bella's still fighting. And if she gets radiation, that will only just give her more time to fight a little longer. Because Bella's on her own time. She's amazing. I feel so honored to have her as my daughter. So, anyways, that's kind of the update with Bella. She's doing good. She just is happy being surrounded with her snuggles, being surrounded by her favorite people all the time. She's happy. That's all I can ask for. So, thank you so much if you've made it this far, and feel free to reach out if you need anything or just want to say hi to Bella. She always appreciates it. Thank you.